Hi Capricorn, welcome to your 13th to the 20th of November 2023. So this is going to be general guidance messages for the week ahead. If you want to book in a reading, it's in the IDOT 2024 tarot coaching face-to-face call, all of that. Like the video and comment. Okay, so let's take a look. 2024 is coming up for you really soon. I think it's done. So your 2024 general is coming up. If you want to book your own, it is in the website, on the website. Scorpio energy, heavy, heavy, heavy. So what are we seeing for Capricorns this week, please, that they most need to know? The world. So it's weird because it's either you're closing out chapter or someone else is closing out a chapter. But I do think as we move towards the end of the year, a lot of people are getting serious. A lot of people have just had enough. So they're just closing out the chapter. They're ending things with people. They're changing the job. They want a whole different year in 2024. So if you're not the one who's closing out a chapter, it could be someone else is closing out a chapter because they're just done. What I'm getting here though is if you're a single Capricorn man, you might have your eye on someone, or there might be a woman who's teasing you. So this is a woman who's kind of using her body, but she's trying to get your attention. But I get it as for the Capricorn man, you might be mesmerised by someone. This could be someone online, or it could actually be someone in person. So yeah, it doesn't always have to be bad. This could be where you meet someone and you just really like this person and that's it. So for the Capricorn man though, be careful because with this King of Swords, this could be someone who actually is trying to use you to make someone else jealous. You might be coming across as too detached as well. For the Capricorn woman, I feel like you're closing out a chapter with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you're just done, like you've been trying to get this person's attention, you've been trying to make things happen, and I think you're just moving on. The other side of the coin is for the Capricorns who are wrecking their head over someone though, just know what it is and know what it's not. You know, so the Fool card is about, you know, I feel like some of you are dealing with someone who's all about themselves, and the Fool card is someone who wants no baggage, they don't want a commitment. This could be someone who no matter what you do, they just act detached. They might use you for your body, they might use you for the intimacy, but they just act detached. And I feel like the World card is about closing that out and not allowing people. You know, God does not allow us to abuse our body. And I feel like we do live in a society now where a lot of people are using the body as a way to get love, as a way to get intimacy and affection, and it's degrading. Now, again, some people choose to connect with each other on an intimate level without a commitment, and that's fine, do you? As long as both parties feel respected, it's perfectly fine. But I'm not getting that here. I'm getting one person's getting all the benefits, they're all about themselves, while the other person is kind of doing dancing and backbends to get this person's attention. So for the Capricorn woman, this could be you closing out this chapter so you don't go into a new year doing the same shit. Yeah. Four of Cups. For the Capricorn man, you could be dealing with someone who does play a lot of games. This is what I'm getting. I think it's time to get away from people who play games. So you could be discontent. You really want this woman or this ex, but I think she plays games. I feel like this is someone who's a manipulator. They like your attention. They like the fact that you like them, that you're into them, but they're just playing you. So for Capricorns, when it comes to love, if you're dealing with masculines or feminines who are of this type of energy, close it out. No more accepting for less than you deserve, right? This is a person who's begging for time, energy and attention. This reversed, it's like no. 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 We're not for sale. Okay? My heart is not for sale. My integrity, my body is not for sale. You've got paid whores out here who are, you know, people laugh at paid whores while they're out here being unpaid whores and getting much less respect. At least paid whores are building up the bag. I'm not trying to be rude, but someone's got to say where it's at. And if it's got to be me, it's got to be me. I'm happy to do it. Okay? But on a serious note, just, you know, you deserve the best, Capricorn, whether you're the man or the woman watching this, and don't let people do this to you, right? But I do think you're coming to a place where it's just like, you're just tired of it at this point. Some of you are dealing with someone who's a kind of non-committal, like this person just, he might have multiple options. This person is all about themselves, they're very self-absorbed, and I think you need to pull back on your investment from this person. Close out this chapter before the end of the year so you don't go into a new year doing the same thing. You're definitely dealing with Gemini, or you're definitely dealing with an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Libra really strongly. Gemini as well. This is someone who's very, very childish. You could also be dealing with a fire sign. So I'm getting Libra, Gemini, Aries. Now, for the Capricorns who are completely single, you need to get off your ass. Stop licking your wounds in the past. Because there actually is, yes, you've been disappointed in love. Yes, you've been through failed marriages and rejections. Who hasn't? But what I'm getting here is actually something powerful is manifesting for you. But you're going to have to be carrying an open mind. You're going to have to be open to receiving what the divine is trying to give to you. So for some of you, because you didn't get what you want, or because you've been in some kind of failed relationships in the past, you're rejecting the divine cup, but the divine is bringing a brand new love in. But you're acting like you don't care, or you might be rejecting this person. This is a woman who's really trying to get your attention. And at the end of the day, as animals, we do, you know, like if I see something I want, I stick my ass out extra. That's just what we do. You know, that's not being a whore. It's just, you know, we're selling our assets to an extent. And like, you know, we might get a bit more cheeky and a bit more, that's just the human experience. It's what we do. So I feel like there's a woman for the Capricorn man, and you're kind of, that's why I don't do Capricorns. I just don't. And the one I'm super into is a Monganzi, so call me, I'm single. But seriously, like even him would be intolerable to me. Like they're just too orchestrated. The two, you know, they drive me crazy. The too money focused. They're also like quite stubborn and kind of stuck up a bit. That can be the attraction and also the turn off. But yeah, I feel like for Capricorn, like this woman is like a real high level woman. She could really complete your life. Like you're complete anyway, but this is a woman who just adds to it. But I feel like with you, you've got that kind of snobbiness going on, and it's like, yeah, I don't care if you're sitting in a mansion or an Aston Martin. If you're miserable, what's the point? You know, if all your life is money and success, like what else have you got? So I think for Capricorn men, like there is happiness here. There's a woman who could truly fulfill you, but you're going to have to get out your ass and you're going to have to pay attention and you're going to have to feed this woman a bit. What I'm getting for you is this woman is a bit distasteful at times, but she's actually just trying to get your attention. She's not trying to be a whore. She's just trying to use flirtiness or a bum or like, but that's not who she is. It's just she doesn't know how to get your attention, and you're coming across as very like, you know, like your shit don't stink, like you don't touch it yourself. Like shut up, Capricorn, like get it together. Obviously, Capricorn men are very classy men. I think for Capricorn men, you can be very sexual, but you see it as there's a time and a place. That's how you are. You're very conservative, so you do like sex, you do like the kind of the bondage and all that type of stuff, but there's a time and a place. But I think the woman you're dealing with, she kind of doesn't work like you, and she does use that sometimes, and it can be triggering. But if you just give her a chance, is what I'm saying, just give her a chance. Don't judge a book by its cover, because you might be shocked that if you give her a chance, that she's actually so many layers in one. So there's a chance for happiness for you, but the question is do you want it? Or do you want to keep living in the Amon Gonzi, you know, too good, me woman must be, I'm the king of, you know, he's so intolerable, so fit to fuck, like, you know, but so annoying. It's like, who's going to please that guy? What bitch is going to make that man happy? You know, so seriously, like, just don't come across as too much like that, because it can be a turn off. But there's nothing wrong with having conservative values. There's nothing wrong with being a man who there's a time and a place and sticking to your values. Nothing wrong with that at all. For the Capricorn woman, there might be a couple of men who want your attention, and I think love is coming up heavy because we're kind of in Christmas season. So people are going on nights out, people are going on Christmas parties, people are connecting more. This Scorpio energy is bringing up a lot of horny energy as well, so I'm talking about you, not me. I never said nothing, because I want to marry a Mongonzi, and if I start saying stuff like this, he'll reject me, so no. I'm joking. He's too young for me. But seriously, the point I'm making is there is a lot of that energy out here because of the Scorpio energy, so I feel like, yeah, be open, be open to it. And for the Capricorn woman, I feel like there is two men who want your attention. The other side, the other one could be an ex. It could be someone who's just playing you, and your job as a Capricorn woman is to be like, I'm giving people what they give me, and that's it. Because what men will do is they will date you and they will sleep with you, but they'll just keep you there, like they're not serious about you, but they'll expect you to not see anybody else while they go off and see other women. That's no. Okay, what's good for you is good for me. And if it's not, well, and some of you, I think you are dealing with someone like this, someone who's snobby, they're up their own arse, it's all on their terms, they think they're too good for everybody, So, some of you are coming across like that, even the women, and people are just like, okay, this bitch is boring, this guy's boring, there's nothing wrong with having high standards, there's nothing wrong, we like that, it's a turn on, right, when a person knows the value, it's a turn on, yeah, but if they do it too much, you're just like, yeah, nah. Does that make sense? So it's kind of, we have the character, it's part of our experience as a human, we have that side of us, but if you do it too much, people just don't like you. Same as business. So this is someone who acts like they're too good to ask for help. This can be someone who acts like they're above other people, and then they end up in a world alone. You need a team, you need connections, you need to be able to... This can also be a person who can't give other people power, so they always have to be the power. But the problem with that is when the problems come in, who's going to take the place? You haven't prepped a side man, you haven't prepped another main man or another main woman to hold the weight. There's kind of like a Steve Jobs complex this week in the Capricorn man. Now, Steve Jobs was exceptional, he was awesome, he was a character, he knew his value, he was powerful, and that's good, but also you get to a place of maturity where you also know you're not bigger than anyone else, you're not above anybody else, like everybody's got their strengths and weaknesses in their own way. So yeah, for the Capricorn woman, I feel like you've got the ex, but you've also got a guy who's got his eye on you. And all I'm saying is, instead of sitting around on the gram doing all the poses, doing all the butt flexes for this dickhead who just can't get it together, there's other guys. Some of you could be dealing with an Amon Garnsey type, but if the cunt's never there, no offence to him, but seriously, if he's never there, what's the point? What's your car's going to do for me? What's your money going to do for me? You're never there. Now, that's not my type because I'm an independent woman. I believe I can get my own stuff. But some women are about that, right? They like the money, the car, all that type of stuff. But if the guy's never there, what's the point? You're a paid prostitute. I mean, you are, right? You're not his woman. When you're a man's woman, he takes the time for you beyond money, beyond the material. He's going to put himself out. Like, if he's just picking you up when it's convenient because he's got a car and he's got some money, you're just a paid whore. It's funny to me, I don't mean to be rude and obnoxious when I say this, but it's funny to me how many paid whores are out here who act like you're a paid whore. The man does not respect you. When a man respects you, he makes you a priority, he puts you first, he doesn't try to use money for everything, he isn't flashing where, yeah, I mean, he likes to show off what he's achieved, good for him, like, it's sexy, right? But if he does it too much, it's kind of insulting. So I feel like for Capricorns this week, it's all about, and same as you, some of yous watching this are high flyers, you've got money beyond, like, you've got a nice car, but you're also just front. You're front. You're not happy, right? So I think with yous, okay, be that power, but also open up your heart, also let people see the human side of you. You don't always have to come across as perfect, you don't always have to have it together. You can be messy sometimes, So I feel like with some of you need to drop your guard because I think you kind of repulse some people a little bit. The wrong people know because they love your money. But that's all they love. Lose it tomorrow, you won't see them for dust. Okay? So what I'm saying is let people see the more vulnerable side, the more human side, because if you do that, that's where some really good stuff's going to come in friendships, in connections, in a love connection as well. Because I don't mean to be rude, some Capricorn women are like, why do I always bring in these fuckboy players or these men with money, but I don't bring something deeper? might be the way you present yourself to the world. If you present yourself as a pair of tits and an ass, well, I'm not trying to be rude. Some Capricorns won't like this, okay? Well, don't watch me. You know what you're getting when you come see Elisa? Don't watch me. I'm sorry, but you know. It's like me, like to Capricorn men, I can be an absolute turn off because like the way this woman speaks, the way she conducts herself, she's aggressive, fucking hell, like you know. So what? Don't be attracted, I don't care. You know, and that's how you need to be, right? It's like, no, I feel like some of you are so frustrated with the kind of men you're bringing in, but how are you presenting yourself? Are you changing yourself? Are you putting on an image? Because that's going to bring, you're going to bring in the image. Some of you, you're going to bring in the electricity. So in other words, you're actually bringing in what's in your deep unconscious. You're not actually bringing in your image, because some of you are polished to death. So, I mean, just look good, like you're sexy, you're attractive, you look great, but underneath is someone who doesn't feel valuable, they don't feel good enough, and that's it. Value can never be bought in the physical world, it's in the person. True value and wealth is when the world strips you of everything and you're still top level. That's true wealth, right? Everything else is bought and sold. It's matrix. So I think for Capricorns, it's a time of connection. It's a time for happiness. Some of you are dealing with very selfish, self-absorbed people this week. Fuck them. And if people are rejecting you, maybe that's how they feel about you. They feel like you're a snob. They feel like you think you're too good. Like, they don't want to be around you. They feel like they have to like act a certain way and do a certain... And it's just too much. The Wheel of Fortune, okay? But it's a very lucky time to create a course, write an ebook. It's a very lucky time to let fate take over. So I feel like this is letting go a little bit, letting people see the human side of you a little bit more, like the kind of, you know, not too much, but yeah, that's what I'm getting. And then we've got the Temperance card reversed. And not forcing things. I feel like the Wheel of Fate is our hand in Capricorn's life here. So this is about not forcing connections, not forcing things. Because you've got the Temperance card reversed with the Wheel of Fortune. So I feel like the message here is fate is taking the reins of your life in some way. They're bringing someone into your life. They're taking something out of your life. And the message here is to allow what's happening to happen without trying to control it, without trying to manipulate. Because I do think Capricorns can be massive manipulators. You're very good at the 3D matrix. You know how to play the game, the social game. You know how to get where you want. But then you end up trapped in the devil, because that's what the matrix is. You know? You build wealth, you build success, you build money, and then it becomes a prison. You build the identity of perfection, and then everyone expects perfection. But perfection doesn't exist. High standards exist. Excellence exists, but perfection does not exist. And you create your own prison when you try to build a world like this. Okay? So I think for Capricorns, go out, have fun in the next week, go to the Christmas parties, be open-minded, stop judging books by covers. Okay, maybe this woman around you is kind of a bit different to what, but just watch her, observe her, you know, look beyond it, and you might actually, you know, same as the guy. For the Capricorn woman, I think it's time for you to stop forcing a connection with a Cancer, with the Gemini, with an Aries, with a Sagittarius. You need to let it go. You know, maybe you feel like you're bending over backwards for this masculine. Maybe this person's got to stick up its ass and thinks it's too good. Okay, bye. Okay, so there's something in this message, kind of random, I know, but it's all about embodiment, sexuality, you know, power beyond the matrix and the material and the status. Real power is innate. Everything else is bought and sold, and it's fleeting. If you want a private, it's in the I dot or below. Like the video, comment, and I'll speak to you soon.